Hey y'all, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a most excellent day. Now I want to talk to you about something I discovered recently. Well, I say discovered, someone told me about this thing and I was like, what the heck is that? And that is Yinglets. Now I didn't know about Yinglets until a couple of days ago when I was chilling at work, having a good time, relaxing, doing some work, that kind of stuff, big office place, that kind of thing. When one of my colleagues comes up to me and starts talking to me about random stuff, and this dude knows everything about anything. I mean, you want random trivia about movies or games from the 90s, 2000s, that kind of stuff, or Mystery Science Theater 3000, you go to this dude. He knows everything. And he's talking to me, just chilling in the office, and he says, have you heard about Yinglets? And I'm like, what the heck are Yinglets? And he goes on to explain that they're a species from a comic book. They're kind of like a mixture between a rat and a bird, in that they are considered vermin by the locals and they are kind of bird-like features. And I'm like, I've never heard of these. I have no idea what you're going on about. And he tells me a little bit more about them and tells me that they're in a comic. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to Google this. So I Googled Yinglets and I found a comic by an artist called Val Salia, link in the description below as always. And it turns out that these are a species that's been created by a furry and has been in a comic for the last 4 or 5 years. And I have never heard about them before. And I'm like, wow, okay, this is pretty cool. Let's have a read of this comic. And it becomes pretty clear to me very early on that Yinglets are possibly the dumbest things on the planet. And I'm not talking from a creative point of view. From a creative point of view, these things are freaking epic. But from an in-universe point of view, you'd have better luck rubbing 2 short planks together and getting an intelligent answer out of a Yinglet. These guys are dumb as bricks. And at the same time, they are so hilariously funny and cool that I'm just like, damn, this is actually pretty good. And next thing you know, I've wasted like 6 hours in the office reading a comic about crazy little critters that run around and accidentally, hang themselves because, hell, they don't realise that they need to breathe. And in the comic, these dudes are portrayed as, a bit dim and hella naive. I mean, the whole, thumb trick, thumbs coming off, that kind of thing, they fall for it in one scene. I'm just like, these guys kind of reminded me of me when I was younger. And it's really, as I'm reading more and more of this comic, it's just like getting more relatable. I'm just like, actually, yeah, I can I can see myself in these Yinglets. I did a lot of dumb shit when I was a kid, and I'm looking at these Yinglets doing a lot of dumb shit, and I'm like, I mean, maybe not their promiscuity side of things. I mean, these Yinglets, they be humping. And that I can't quite relate to that from my youth. But the rest of it, I mean, dude. And they kind of reminded me of Sergals a little bit in their, overall aesthetic, but shorter and cuter and more edible. And I got to the end of reading the comic, which is still ongoing, by the way, but I got to the end of what had been published up until that point, and I'm just like, oh man, I want more. So, naturally I do what any person does when they're obsessing over something. I read it again. I've read this comic 3 times now, and it's still not gotten old. I'm probably going to read it a 4th time on the train to work tomorrow, because these Yinglets and this whole comic is just, it's hilarious. I'm just laughing my arse off the whole way through. There's just so much about this comic and aspects of each of the characters in there I'm just finding so hilariously relatable. I mean, you got the main character, Cass, who keeps getting put into all these unfortunate situations, starting with the moment where he gets turned into a Yinglet. And then you got, his best mate, Elim, and all these other characters. There's a whole host of characters, there's crazy creatures in there, all this weird stuff going on. This comic is hella funny and really entertaining. I'm just like, dude, where has this been for the last 5 years? Why haven't I heard of this before? And then I'm like, dude, what? No, I'm gonna create a Yinglet character. So yeah, here we go. I now have a Yinglet character. Scarvenel the Yinglet. I mean, they call scavs in the universe as a bit of a derogatory term, but here we go. I have a Yinglet character now. I mean, it's one of those things that's just taken me by storm. And damn it, if I'm not really enjoying reading about these Yinglets.
And I'm not the first to create a character either. I mean, someone's even gone to the effort of making an actual fursuit of a Yinglet, which I think is pretty damn cool in itself. Check this out. I mean, this is really adorable.
And it was great to just read about something that, dumb and funny and just hilariously simple in its premise, and just reminded me so much of the good old days, back when I was younger, and back when I could get away with doing dumb shit all the time. We didn't have to worry about mortgages and bills and, it just reminded me of the good old days when I was a kid. And I realise it's a bit of a rambling episode and not really getting to any particular point, but you know, I don't care. I'm having a dumb moment, okay? I'm having a Yinglet moment. I'm just being dumb today, and you all are gonna listen to me ramble. So there it is. So like I said, link in the description below to the comic where Yinglets are from. You need to go check it out. Go get a Yinglet character. These dudes are fucking hilarious. Other than that, you have a most excellent day, an amazing weekend. Swing by my Discord. There's a competition. When I get to 500, there will be a raffle for some free art. Other than that, you take care, and I will see you guys in the next video, okay? Take care, ta-ra.